Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today. Just walking up, Mr. Crow just opened up the trash can right in front of me, which I thought was kind of ingenious the way he did that. Pounding on it. But you don't need savings. You don't need it. You don't need a savings account. Don't worry about it. No need for a savings account. All the advice you've heard, you don't need. Wow. So before I get into it, please, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the email list. And if you guys are on the email list, we just had one go out, last week. Make sure you check your spam filter on that. But today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold. I will talk about them later. But first things first, guys. Grant Cardone, who is, let's just call him a real estate tycoon, an internet celebrity, and financial guru. Okay? And you got Dave Ramsey, who is an internet celebrity and financial guru as well. Dave Ramsey has a theme: save money, get yourself out of debt, pay your bills, and do it slow but steady. Grant Cardone steps forward, and man, oh man, if this is great. I mean, it's so fantastic. Read this article below. He steps forward and says, you don't need a savings account. You don't need to have 3 months saved to protect yourself. You need cash flow. And the only way you're going to get cash flow is in real estate. Okay. Well, how do I get real estate? Well, you just go get yourself some real estate. It's free, Well, it's not free, guys. Real estate's at an all-time high. And I love Mr. Cardone because he is a brilliant salesman. He really is. Whether you guys like this guy or not, Grant Cardone has been around the block, and Grant Cardone, has seen it all. But this guy's whole thing is cash flowing assets, real estate that will pay you monthly. And during the last real estate downturn in 2008 and 2009, especially when housing prices were dropping 30 and 40%, Grant went out and he had cash flow every month. Every month I had checks. Every month I had money coming in because I owned property. Savings wouldn't have done anything for me. Now, that may be true, but where are you at, okay? Where are you at? So Grant is like this Dave Ramsey thing of going out and telling people that they need to get themselves 3 months. Protection is nuts. It doesn't do a thing for you. Doesn't protect you, doesn't protect your family. You've got to do this. Now, again, guys, think about this. My audience, okay? We have a myriad of people, success levels in our audience. People that are tremendously in debt, people that have just lost loved ones, people that their business just closed, people that are very, very wealthy, people that are retired with a ton of money, people that are retired with real estate. We've got everybody out there. I mean, worldwide, we've got everybody. But the thing about this is that your level of success and your level of bills is your level, okay? Here's the thing, guys. I mean, if you want to get into marketing, affiliate marketing, or you want to make money every month doing something different, I am all for that, 1,000%. But to sit there and just say you shouldn't have a rainy day fund is insanity, is absolute insanity. Because what, Grant Cardone was sitting there was ripping on Dave Ramsey, saying how Dave Ramsey, his advice of slow and steady, it doesn't do it. Doesn't do it at all. Man, oh man, I don't know what he's talking about. Because here's the thing. Anything can happen to anybody. People that are incredibly wealthy have something that happens. They get fleeced out of money. Investments go bad. Things go south that people never expected. It happens. I've seen people with government contracts that all of a sudden they get phone calls on a Thursday and they're out of business on Monday. I've seen that. I have seen people, have employees steal from them to where their business is completely shut down and completely upside down. Oh yeah, they just need cash flow. That's all you need. No, you need to have a reserve. You need to save your money and get yourself out of debt. The Dave Ramsey method is a great method because it worked for me. And I'll tell you that, it did. It was like, I was a debt hound. I had credit cards. You know what? I got room for that? Okay, let's go here. Let's go travel. Let's go buy that. Okay? Because I got room on my credit cards. I have more room on my credit cards than I've ever had in my life right now. You know, like 100 grand, guys, right now, okay? But you know what? I don't owe anybody on it, okay? It's crazy. But to sit there and to diminish that is nuts. And I believe this. If I was $100,000 in debt, I still should have money put aside for a rainy day. With what we went through 3 years ago, you're not ready. You're not protecting yourself for what could potentially go wrong. You're crazy. You're nuts if you live your life this way without having protection, because anything can happen, okay? I'm a guy that ran a conference business. I'm a guy that was super successful and was going to go and expand to different countries. Australia, for example, in April, we were going to go to Australia in April 2020 and have mixers in Australia. Think that happened? Let's play a game. No, it did not, okay? The world is mysterious and things happen every day. But hey, I have cash flow, baby, cash flow. Cash flow is all you need. Don't be a debt hound, okay? And if you are in debt, you need to have money for a rainy day. You need to have food. You need to have water. You need to have supplies in case things go south. No, you just need cash flow. You just need to own real estate that people are going to pay on. Let me show you guys something. I have seen a time in my life, and you guys lived through this too, where people did not make their mortgage payments and their rent payments, and they did not get kicked out. Now, do I live in Wackadoo, California? Yes, I do. Okay? And some of these areas were worse than others, where they just let these people just get by with not paying anything, okay, for 42 months. Okay? Well, cash flow, you know, that's all you need is cash flow. I had a man write me today and say, listen, I really am thinking about buying the foreclosure course that you and Ninja did. And I've got $100,000. But I'm not sure, you know, kind of old, kind of retired. You know, my answer, so I'll give to you guys that I wrote him was, where do you live? You know, do you live here in Southern California? Are you in a smaller community where there's going to be $60,000 foreclosures? Okay? If you live here, there's $750,000 foreclosures. You don't have enough money. It's that simple. But what do you want to risk? What do you want to do? What do you need right now? Okay? You need something to do? Pick something else. Don't put things at risk. Okay? And that's what Dave Ramsey's saying. Dave Ramsey loves real estate too. Both of these guys have gotten their brain suit out in the last year. And again, they're not losing their lawsuits. They've just been hit with really heavy lawsuits. Does that mean that they're bad people? No. Just litigation and business. It happens to everybody. The point is that I really think both their people's advice are really good. Okay? I want you to call Grant Cardone's office tomorrow. And by the way, Grant Cardone is the greatest guy in the world in this one sense, that I was a mentor for Cal State Fullerton in the marketing department. They had a marketing class, and they'd bring monkeys like me in that knew a thing or two about marketing, and we would get put into a team where they were trying to help a business. And one of them was a guy was a motivational speaker, and he hired the marketing group to figure out what his next plan would be. And I got to work on that marketing plan. And I'm like, you know, here's all the big names in this industry. And this was a few years ago when Grant was doing speaking gigs all over the place. And I'm like, reach out to him. See if he's the real deal. See if he'll talk to you. This one girl that worked, that was in the class, you know, early 20s, she got a hold of Grant Cardone. He went on the phone with her. And he answered all her questions. And it gave the other motivational speaker free advice on what he should do. And man, oh man, this is what this guy does every day. He's on LinkedIn Live every day. And it's because of Grant Cardone. Okay? So a solid guy? Yeah, absolutely. Okay? But, you know, again, hey, Grant, I want to invest in an apartment REIT for you. Well, listen, Danny, we're going to need $125,000. You're going to have your income at this level, blah, 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 to be, you know, no. What about cash flow, Grant? I just want cash flow. I got $25,000. I have $100,000, like that one subscriber that wrote me. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. It's not enough money. You need real money to have cash flow. Okay? You know what I mean? It's all relative, guys. But to sit there and tell people they don't need a savings account is lunacy. Okay? Absolute lunacy. Just thought I'd walk up. It's very hot this morning, so thought I would walk out here and just get some. Get in the shade and look at the peacocks and hang out. But share your thoughts on this stuff, guys, because it's too much right now at this point, you know. And the financial advice from these people, they're both really solid, but here's the difference. You know, Grant Cardone, he loves professional athletes. He loves doctors and professionals that have high-end incomes that make above $350,000 to $500,000 a year on up. And if you're an athlete that makes millions, even better, because he can put you in one of his apartment deals and get you cash flow. Okay. Well, what about the rest of us that don't make that kind of money? Oh, you know, okay. Prepare for a rainy day. Okay. Even in the summer, because it can happen. Okay. It can. And we've seen it. Oh, it's never going to happen again. You know, okay. Believe what you want. You need to get yourself ready for something to happen. Cars break down. You know, it's funny. I had 3 cars break down at the same time. Okay. A couple of my girlfriends, but you know, just craziness. Okay. Well, thank God I've got cash flow. You know, come on, guys. It's lunacy. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Do you like Grant Cardone or do you like Dave Ramsey? Put a vote to it. Okay. Seriously. Put a vote to it, guys. Just write Dave Ramsey, Grant Cardone. Do that in the comments because I'd really like to see it. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Every day we get different news. But one thing that's consistent with it is that it all points south. And one thing that you can do to protect yourself is you can get an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals to protect yourself in the future with what could potentially happen. Now, the Fed releases its minutes and it's talking about how they may not be done raising interest rates. Enough said, guys. Enough said. Gold is the only thing that's going to stand the test of time like it always has. Look at getting yourself protected. Look at Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431, and find out if an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals is right for you. Let them know that I allegedly sent you. You know, they're #1 rated for 7 years in a row now. But guys, the one thing that's consistent right now is that the Fed is out of moves right now. The only move that they have to do anything is to raise interest rates. What do you think, guys? Think it's going to work? I don't. So I'm backing myself with physical metals. You should do the same thing. Do it before it's too late. Call the good people at Patriot Gold. 888-330-1431. Get a free investor guide. It's absolutely no obligation. Now, the next thing that we keep hearing about is the digital dollar coming out. But you've got an LA City Councilwoman, Heather Hutt, in District 10. She's fed up with this talk. She handles Baldwin Hills and that area of LA. And there's a lot of council men and women in LA. I think there's 16 total. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in her district, she's saying, listen, we cannot go cashless. It is ridiculous. In 2021, it was a total of 29% of transactions were cashless. And then recently it's gone up as high as 40%. But we need to have a cash society that people can pay their bills with cash if they feel the need to. And to sit there and to not, she wants to pass an ordinance for Los Angeles that would make it so you have to accept cash at your business. You just can't go cashless. And I'm telling you guys, I have had a lot of good and bad experiences with this. You know, we've had places, you know, during the last 2 years that I've gone into and I filmed them for you guys, and you guys have sent me pictures where, hey, our you know, merchant terminal's down. So it's cash only. Well, what do you do if they're a cashless business during that time? Now it's okay to take cash? So, you know, it's interesting to say the least, but you're going to see more and more of this. And the problem with the central bank digital currency is it's not just a debit card, okay? This goes into a lot of different things. There's a lot of people that send me stuff, and you've got a question, okay? When you sign a contract for to pay for your car, your house, whatever finance charge, you know, you did it in dollars, okay? Dollars, okay? You know, people are writing me saying, hey, wait a second, I didn't do this in central bank digital dollars. This is not real money. It's not what we signed up for. Is that going to be the same thing? Are they just going to flip a switch and say, no, 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 it's okay. You can pay that way. Well, then why can't I pay in cash? Okay, I have to only use this. So there's a big argument with this that's going to manifest into, you know, more videos and more discussions with everybody. The next thing is Glenn Kelman, who is the CEO of Redfin. And he stepped forward and he said, real estate is at the rock bottom right now. We're seeing the summer of despair, okay, which is what I was going to name this video, Summer of Despair. But people think I'm too negative, okay? So again, guys, there is so much going on. Everything that I do is backed by something you guys send me, a story that I find. I have, you know, almost 60 news sources now that I dig into every day. And you see competing stories, but the problem that you see is from the real estate professionals that are out there, that they're seeing problems with this. And my favorite thing is that people are trapped in their homes right now. People can't get out. That's insane. And what I mean by that is they have such a low mortgage, they can't get out. You can sell your house anytime, okay? People sell their house for a myriad of reasons. And, you know, I know somebody whose mother died and they had to sell the house to take care of her care. What do you do, guys? What's that going to be? You know what I mean? So, you know, but the summer of despair, guys, let me know what you think about that. And if you think it's accurate, the amount of sales in July are off so much right now. And you're seeing new construction only get closed with incentives right now. This is the beginning of this. This is the second inning for this thing with real estate right now. Mark my words. Look at this. The winds of change. Okay, so looks really rugged. I think I look good with him. I don't know who he is. Okay, anyways. Oh, it's James Irvine. Anyways, share your thoughts on this stuff, guys, but this is just the beginning of this. The next thing is, you know, we're hearing a lot about, you know, we talked about medical bills and things like that over the course of the last few months. And, you know, I'm tired of insurance companies that don't pick up the slack for people and don't pay their bills. And we're seeing more and more of this. And you can go, well, Dan, what are you talking about? Well, give you an idea. South Carolina has so many people with medical bills right now that they are suing people left and right in South Carolina for past due medical bills. And now they're using third parties. Oh yeah, you went to the doctor 2 years ago. You didn't pay for the emergency room visit. We're going to sue you. And debt collectors are unscrupulous. Debt collectors are bad. There's a woman, Madeline, okay, who's a brilliant person that helped me with my credit report because there was shenanigans on my credit report. They can't do that. They can't collect that way. They can't say the accounts like that. And you need to hire somebody that knows what they're doing, who's been around the block, not somebody that read about it in a book, somebody that's had litigation. They end up suing people, okay, for my credit report because there were things on my credit report that were illegal, okay? Just put it that way. So everybody's having a difficult time right now. Medicaid is tripling the price of medication right now for some drugs. And this is nuts, guys. It's absolutely too much money for people right now. What do you do? Seriously, you've got a fixed income. And, you know, when my mother was alive, okay, and I talked to my sister-in-law about this the other night over dinner and how lucky she was that she had all of us because we all took care of like certain ends of my mom's finances. And not everybody has that, okay? Not everybody has things. And you know, I had one end, she had one end, and my other brother had another end. And it was great. You know, she went without nothing and basically was what I called a wealthy woman because she just would get her Social Security and had her savings and just could do whatever she wanted to do every month. But if she needed money for like medications and things like that, we just stepped up and paid it. So again, very lucky, but what do you do if you don't have that right now? This is awful. Now, one thing when I was in the medical space that we had heard a lot about was Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, who's the other one? Walmart, getting into the medical space in a big way. And then COVID hit and it just fell apart for a little bit. But here's the thing, Amazon with their prescription drugs, they're talking about having a prescription drug program where you can get insulin for 35 bucks a month, okay? Through their program, not through your insurance, through their program. So if you are a diabetic and you need insulin, that's fantasy land. 35 bucks a month, you know, everybody can afford that. So share your thoughts on this stuff though, guys, because it's just constant, okay? It's just constant. It's just nice walking in the shade too. So let me know what you think about all this. You're very pretty. Colors on her. I'm gonna finish this video with these last few stories. And first things first is I had a subscriber, David, who wrote me about going to Sam's Club. And he was upset because he wanted to buy a computer that was on sale for $399, normally $1,049. And he goes to the local Sam's Club and sale just started. Oh, we're out of that. Well, can you check other stores? Yeah, sure, we can check other stores. So he goes to check, and they had it in, in another location, 40 miles away. He drives to it. And it goes to, oh, thank God you have this. I'm so happy. Goes to pay for it, $1,049. No, it's on sale for $349. But maybe at the other Sam's Club, but it's not on for sale here. And he's like, you're out of your mind. So long story short, he's like, this is ridiculous. You guys have the same merchandise. They sent me here. So it's not on sale at all Sam's Clubs? Well, we don't have to honor everything. And, it's just one of those things. No, ridiculous. So he lost his mind and ended up getting the $1,049 computer for $349. You have to ask for this. When I did the story about the excess fees from everybody, from restaurants, well, Orange County got hit too. There is a ramen place, Ramen Nuri, which I've eaten at before, which is great. It's got like 3 locations, but there's a bunch of them that were sent to me. $5, $3. Theirs is $15 on checks added to it. Boom, 15 bucks. For what? For what? Yeah, it's, you don't like that? You don't want to pay that fee? Okay. Well, you can pay, if you don't want to pay it, we can take it off the check. Who wouldn't take off the check? The problem is most people look at the bottom number and throw their card down and don't pay attention to the bill. Pay attention to the bill. Another restaurant had a 16% fee and said, this is for our staff, for everybody on our staff to make sure that they have a positive experience. The staff has a positive experience, okay? Again, ridiculous. Oh, if you have a problem with it, this is separate from gratuity. Oh, you don't want the staff to have a positive experience? We'll remove the 16% charge. And again, people pay the bill and then they add the tip onto it. Don't think about it. Wow, dinner's expensive now. Noodles are gone through the roof. Raina Air couple went and flew in Europe, and this was one of those outrageous fees. They were charged $140 to print the boarding pass. We now have a boarding pass fee of $140. It was $140 dollars in America. It was 110 euros to get the boarding pass printed. Huh? Well, how else are we? They were 80 years old. They didn't have their cell phone and their smartphone. Here's the other thing: 400 Foot Lockers closing, done, finished, gone. Retail is done. Retail is absolutely finished. 400 more Burger Kings are going to close right now, from the other 400 that already closed, guys. So you're going to have 400 more Burger Kings closed. Now, here's one thing that's crazy. In Irvine, California, on the corner of Jamboree and Irvine Boulevard, there is a Boston Market. Boston Market went down for the count, out of business. Boarded it up a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Drove by the other day. It's reopening. How do you reopen it? Oh, a new franchisee bought it, and all the equipment was there. So guess what? They get to have a Boston Market here. We're now hiring. Okay, well, that's the kiss of death. What person put all that money down on that? That's what I want to know. Final story with that is there are 27 Boston markets closing in the beautiful state of New Jersey right now. We're going to end this video with this because they didn't pay payroll taxes. Remember Michael Avenatti, Stormy Daniels' lawyer? Remember that guy? Well, that guy bought with an investor Tully's Coffee. Okay, Tully's, Tullys. Anyways, he got a tremendous deal, like I heard it was $5 million for this place, whether that's the numbers right or not. But what they did was they didn't pay the payroll taxes, which is what the New Jersey person did with Boston Market. And eventually people file for unemployment, people change jobs, people have extenuating circumstances when they go out and file a tax return, and the state doesn't get their EDD money. You know, here, the Franchise Tax Board, they don't get their money. So they freak out and they show up at people's houses. Well, this guy's got shut down and completely closed as a result of that. That was the kiss of death. When I was a very young man and I got into business for myself and I had employees, the best advice I was ever given was have a payroll service. What's that? Well, what they do, Dan, is you call them and you tell them what you're going to pay each person. They're going to tell you what the taxes are, what to have in a separate account. You put it in a separate account, Dan. You don't have it in your main checking account. Have it in your separate account, and that way you just put the money in there, and then they take it out and they pay the taxes for you. Well, that's cool. That's great. How much is that? Oh, it's cheap. It's only so much a week when you write checks. Okay, I did that, and you never had a problem with it. Where I know people that went out of business as a result of that, just like those people at those Boston markets. So anyways, you're going to see more and more businesses cut corners right now. It's happening right before our eyes. So don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Always take a look at the sponsors, guys. When I have them, it's 60 seconds out of your life. And I appreciate them, and they're fantastic. They make it so that I can come to beautiful places like this for you. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon. Please like, subscribe, and share this video today.